Another key issue here is immigration, an issue that's gained prominence on the campaign trail this past week, with Speaker Gingrich coming under fire for mentioning a plan to start dealing with the 11 million plus illegal immigrants currently in the U.S.
Amnesty traditionally has been defined as a path to citizenship, and I don't think that's what he talked about. What he talked about was some middle road accommodation for people who have been in this country for a long time, and that has to be explored. But let me tell you how we get to that point, and we're not at that point yet. And I think Speaker Gingrich would acknowledge that. And here's how you get to that point. First and foremost is you've got to win the confidence of the American people back. And that begins with border security, where I think there has been progress made. More progress needs to be made. Also on employment enforcement. We need to create a mechanism where employers are required to and can safely and reliably and cost-effectively verify that the people that they're hiring are legally in this country. I think when we accomplish step one, step two would be then to create a legal immigration system that works. And that's where I think Republicans need to focus more on. It's not just what we're against. We're clearly against illegal immigration. We are for legal immigration. And we support legal immigration. And quite frankly, the legal immigration system we have now doesn't function. So let's go out and modernize our legal immigration system. Let's reform our visa programs. Let's create a functional guest worker program so that it works. And I think if you do those two things, then I think you can move to step three, and that is beginning to answer the very difficult question of what to do with 11, 12 million people who are in this country, many of whom have been here for a very long time, many of whom were brought here as very young children, have grown up here their entire lives, are high academic achievers and have a lot to contribute to America's future. I think most Americans are willing to figure out a way to perhaps deal with that issue, but only after the first two parts, a modernization of our legal immigration system and a real enforcement of our immigration laws.
So when the word amnesty is lobbed around in a primary election environment, is that dangerous when the issue of immigration is so sensitive?
I think it's important for Republicans to understand that when you talk about immigration, these aren't just statistics. These are human beings. These are real people. Yes, sure some people come here to take advantage of our country and the laws, but many come here because they can't find a better life, because their kids are hungry, because their wife is suffering, because their family is in a dire strait, and they're going to do anything they can to help their families out, and there are jobs in the United States that are willing to hire them. And so we need to recognize that these are human beings that are looking for a better life. Unfortunately, you know, they've either come here in violation of the law, or we don't have a functional immigration system in place for them to be able to come here.